Hello and welcome to episode 396 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where every single day for nearly 400 days in a row now, all because I pinky promised somebody I'd do a daily podcast, but that's another story. But nearly 400 days in a row now, I provide you with a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. In today's episode, we're talking about a type of objection I hear all the time with my clients, with my students. And it's one of those things where you'll hear it yourself, and it's not obvious that it's an objection. And I call it the nice to have objection, where people say, "Oh, James, clear sales message. Oh, that sounds great. Oh, you're so clever. Look at you. Oh, isn't that wonderful?" They say lovely things about your product or your service or your business. Lovely things. Oh, it's great. Good luck with that. Awesome. Doing some great work there, blah, blah, blah. But they never buy. They never buy, because as soon as you ask them for money, the joviality disappears and the practicality comes in. So some people, meaning to be, good-spirited and meaning to be kind of inspiring and motivational for you, will say nice things to you about your business, product or service, but they won't actually buy. So this is the nice-to-have objection. And the nice-to-have objection comes in where you've got all the rapport and all the trust, because James, he's a great guy. Trust him. He's very clever. What a nice guy. I just don't see the value in what he's offering, unfortunately. And if they don't see the value in what you're offering, they're not going to buy it, because they're not going to see the value in it. And that's it. They'll either do it themselves, find it cheaper elsewhere, not do it at all, whatever. But that's the nice to have objection, when people are really, really nice and like, oh, it's great and blah, blah. They're encouraging, all the right things, but they don't buy. And it's purely because they don't see, or they're not connected to the value you can offer. And they'll probably never buy from you. So we've got to be very careful. We don't let our egos take over and let all the good praise and encouragement cloud our judgment. At the end of the day, if somebody's not paying for your product or service, it's not that good. It doesn't fit the need it's supposed to fit. You're not talking to the right people. That's fine. There's no shame in that. But that's what you need to focus on. You can't take compliments and all the encouragement to the bank. You can only do that with sales. The nice to have objection. Right, that's it for this. All a slow and contemplational there. Sorry about that. That's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow, 397. I'm talking about the word convincing. I hate that word, because we don't need to convince anybody of anything. Convincing for me feels like we're taking power away from somebody. Let me come to that conclusion for you. I'll convince you of that. Don't like it. I don't like convince, persuade, push, etc. That's another story. But we're talking about convincing tomorrow and comparing it to what you should be doing instead. What should you be doing instead of convincing people? Also begins with a C, but I'll explain it in tomorrow's episode. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I do appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for another exciting edition of the Daily Sales Message.